I think we can start. It's 1 minute into 12:30.
Is that okay?
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Could you maybe just mute your YouTube on that side?
I can also see.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. I hope you are keeping safe, doing well, have a coffee ready. Today we'll go through top 10 tips, tricks for Windows 10. I'm Izak, founder and managing director for Zhero IT Services. If you have any questions, you're welcome to post them anytime via YouTube Live. And you can also, at any time, just via Zoom, ask a question. With us today is Nathin, one of our top engineers that will take us through some of the steps of make shortcuts, tricks, and also even go as far as making Windows 10 a little bit faster for us. Nathin, thank you very much for joining us today, and I'll hand over to you. Thank you.
Hi, Izak. Thank you so much. It's good to be here today. Yeah, I got my coffee ready, so let's dive in. These are some of the top 10 tips and tricks I found made my life in Windows 10 a lot easier, and I'm sure it will help a lot of other people. So yeah, I'm going to share some of those today. One of the most handy tips I found is the secret Windows 10 menu. That not sure why they hide it away, but it's easy to bring up using the Windows key and X on your keyboard to pull up this little menu that includes options like the Task Manager, where you can check open and running tasks, your settings menu, as well as some power options to shut down and sign out your session.
Thank you, Nathin. I'm always struggling to find that File Explorer. That's one of the top ones. And obviously a shutdown, especially with all these interactive menus. That's very good. And I guess if I look at it, there's a lot of items there that's very good more for administrators or IT staff or technical staff. Also shortcuts that is frequently used by the technical audience, but excellent. And the power options.
Yes, exactly. There's something for everyone here, so have a look around. Next on the menu, we have the Windows 10 Start menu and what it can offer for you. Most importantly, what we're going to talk about is the tiles, the live tiles. Now, a tile in Windows 10 menu is an interactive feed in your Start menu that can give you live updates about a bunch of different apps, most notably the weather app, apps like Maps and News.
So you're saying, correct me if I'm wrong, you are saying those icons can actually provide you with live information. It feeds information. It's not just a good looking icon or bigger icons.
Yes, it's connected to the internet, so it has updates by the minute, can bring you news updates by the hour. So keep an eye on it for any of the changing updates it can provide. It's fairly easy to set up. You just find the specific app you would like to see. In this case, let's take weather. You can pin it and unpin it to the menu, drag it around, and resize it importantly from a menu here. If you open the app, you can obviously have a lot more experiences and features with that.
Thank you.
All right, next let's talk about how to make a PC faster. Izak, where would you go?
Well, I guess the first place we always try to find is the Task Manager. And that's something that tells us what programs is interfering with my work at the moment. It's probably one of the 100 windows I might have open, but it will be good to have some indication. And
yes,
that's
exactly.
The Task Manager. But that's, yes.
Not a lot of people know where to find the Task Manager. Yes, you are correct. Well done.
Thank you.
So yeah, I just want to show you the best way to access the Task Manager. People might think, no, that's only for admins, or I don't know how to play around with that. But it's very easy. Just go right-click on your taskbar and select Task Manager. Here you can see a lot of information about what's going on with your PC at the moment. Most importantly, how much resources are being used. We'll get a bit more into detail on that shortly, but for now, let's move on to the list. Most importantly, how to assist Windows 10 with some of the performance settings.
So this just correct me if I'm wrong, out of the box, Windows 10 is visually very nice, very colorful, but that has an effect on the general speed and experience for me as a user. And I guess what we are talking about now is potentially making it faster, but making some changes on the visual experience.
Yes, so if looks aren't that important for you, you can opt to increase performance rather by doing these steps exactly, which is the advanced system settings. Open up from the start menu, and it will open up a menu like this, where you can set performance settings to adjust it based on appearance or performance, or letting Windows choose what's best for your computer.
Okay, so that is where, how did I get, do you mind just going through that again? How do I get there? That's interesting.
Of course. So just press on the Windows key and you can start typing advanced system settings to view advanced system settings. I already have it open here, and it'll go straight into this menu here where you can have a look at all these options.
And the one I would choose there is best appearance or best performance. So this is where you drop the looks.
Yes, exactly. Everything that makes Windows 10 look beautiful, you can take away if you just want the fastest experience.
Thank you. Excellent. And that will have an immediate positive experience or a user experience if you make changes on that.
Yes, especially when browsing files and moving through menus, looking at a bunch of different options, it makes it a bit faster.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. And then this one, which I had a lot of fun with, I discovered this out of pure frustration one day when deciding to shake my window because it just wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. And as you can see, it basically shuts down all of your windows, or minimizes them rather, if you want an uncluttered view of your desktop.
Do you mind? So you are saying if I have 100 windows, 50 windows open, 100 windows open, and I don't know where to find my feet, and I just want one, I can quickly. Oh, like
exactly
that.
Yes. So say something gone terribly wrong and you can no longer see anything on your screen. You can just take one of these windows, drag it, and then shake it.
So you can drag and show you are frustrated, and it will listen.
It will listen, it will know instinctively what to do and minimize all of your windows.
And if you want
to bring it back, just do the same. There we go.
Oh, okay. Please take it away. I can't look at it.
No, enough of that. Very cool feature. Okay, moving on to more of the performance of a computer. As we touched on the task manager just now, it shows you on the processes tab what is taking up all of your CPU, memory, and disk space. You can sort the options, mostly memory.
What is memory and CPU? So are these the just what does it actually, what does CPU do?
The CPU is obviously the brain of your computer, and the memory would be the muscles moving around. So obviously you're going to have to use a bit of both, but most frequently people will just experience issues with memory usage is too high, which basically just means you have too many things open. So this is your one place to go.
That's quite a common problem. Too many things open, memory too high. So you are saying the first thing, if I found the task manager, is to look at the memory.
Yes, you can sort. Okay. You can sort the memory. You can see what's using the highest on your computer at the moment. For me, it's Firefox at the moment. So if I no longer decide I want Firefox, it's slowing my PC down too much, you can right-click and you can end task.
And is this what you would tell users that might call in and ask you? You would probably do this first. Am I correct by saying that?
Yeah, if you reported a slow experience, I would check first here. Maybe Google Chrome is taking up all of your memory. You can see I reduced memory by about 13% just by closing my browser.
Okay, so I can look at the top numbers. I don't have to worry about all the further detail.
Exactly, yes.
Okay. And thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Do we have any questions on that? Thank you. Let's go to the next one.
I don't have a question specifically on that. I actually have a question for a slide back.
Of course. Yes, which one was that?
So that would be on the task manager. I just wanted to ask you, in your opinion, what is the best, if you had to click customizable, which is the best customizable fields to make your windows faster, would you suggest?
Customizable fields in the task manager?
Correct, in the...
These fields here, the CPU and memory? Sorry,
Yes.
I'm not sure I understand.
Before you click, you said for the visual, you either made your computer visually appealing or... yes.
The advanced system settings, yes.
Yeah.
So on the settings here, these are the options we had. So more visually appealing or more performance based.
And then there's a custom, I see there's a custom. What in your opinion is the best customizable suggestions?
Well, before starting this video, I had the custom features enabled. I had most of the peak previews and animations disabled.
Okay.
Something of that fashion. So some of this helps a lot with presenting information, but we don't need to animate every window. So the custom option lets you pick what's best for you.
And what is an example of animating a window?
This is the animation when bringing up a window like this. You can see it just pops into view, but if I animate it, it will almost take a second and it'll pop up onto the screen.
It's almost like a window type. Yeah.
Yes. You see there was like a bit
of a delay.
like a
video playing.
Yeah, like it's opening up to you. It's not just flashing onto the screen. Some
Okay,
small things like that you might not notice, but it could make a difference if you switch them off.
Okay, thank you very much.
Of course.
Okay.
Okay. Another handy feature I discovered recently, actually, is the Xbox widget. Now, a widget is something...
What is a widget?
I knew you were going to ask. It's something that runs on the side, if you could say, on top of your screen. You could interact with it while you're busy doing something else. So for this, we have the Xbox widget, which is called the game bar. You can bring it up by clicking the Windows key and holding down G. And it looks like this. Most importantly for this purpose is the capture options we have here. It lets you take a screenshot, or you can record a session, whichever full screen application you're using. I've also noticed that you can use this to record YouTube videos, and it will save the full title, sound, and everything you need to save a YouTube video to your PC. You can record it for a while, and then after, when you stop, you can view the gallery. Where is the gallery? Show all captures.
And this, you don't have to pay extra for this. This is built into Windows 10.
Into Windows 10. So you can even share a webinar or a meeting with a friend or a colleague by recording it just like this.
And would you, for example, if you want to show a client how to do something, would you do a quick recording and potentially send it to them, or?
Yes, this can pick up my headset and microphone as well, so I could talk through a few steps while recording and then send it off as a little how-to guide.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Very handy feature. The second option also touches a bit on screen recording, which is Windows 10's built-in screen capture application called Snip Sketch. I just wanted to touch on the shortcuts you can use for this to open the tool in any full screen application, like a browser, full video, or even a terminal server session. You bring it up by holding down Windows key, Shift and S. It darkens your screen and then lets you, I'm not sure if you can see this, drag the tool over a region to take a screenshot.
So this is like a screen, a print of your screen at that moment.
Yes, exactly. And what's great is it also saves the snip to your clipboard, so you can copy and paste it into any application from here. You can also edit
could I
the
email it to
snip.
somebody? Could I email it to somebody?
Yes, there's a share option. So if you have Outlook or anything of the sort, it'll send it directly into an email. You can just add a recipient. And then obviously do the other options like highlight, crop, rotate, and save.
And what was the combination key? Shift?
Windows key, Shift, and S.
Okay.
You try it out for yourself now.
Yeah, I used the version before that quite a lot, the snipping tool.
The snipping tool, yes. This is the
So this is the new version.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah, I use it quite a lot. Very handy feature. Okay, secondly, or ninthly, if I may, is the focus assist option, which you can find in your action center on Windows. A lot of us have seen these pop-ups coming into your computer while you're busy working, your emails, a bunch of Windows notifications you don't really want to see. So the best way is to decide what you want to see by going into the settings and changing the focus assist options. So we can use one of the tips we learned today, the secret start menu, to do this. Windows key and X, then bringing up the settings menu.
Oh, so that's the shortcut now. Yes, excellent.
Yes. That brings up the settings menu. We go to system and then focus assist. You can have a bunch of options for when and when you don't want to see notifications pop up on the side of your screen. We have quiet hours when playing games or full screen applications, and then setting priority only or switching it off completely. Any questions on that one, Isaac?
Yeah, this alarm only, what is that? Is that something that might be critical more? So you can have different priorities.
Yeah, so if your calendar has an alarm setting to alarm you when the meeting is going to start, you can have that as the only time a notification will bother you. This is especially great for doing this, for example, where you have to share a screen or you're in a meeting and presenting. You can quickly just set this inside the action center. If you check right at the bottom, this little guy here, the focus assist button. So you can say alarms only. I'm going to present now. Nothing is going to disturb me.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah. And then the last one, which is a bit of a mix and match to see how you can increase the performance of your PC the best way. Some of the options would be increasing the hardware. Obviously, these days, the computer upgrades costs less and less, especially when doing RAM or SSD upgrade. And then other small settings you can tweak with your power plan and the task manager.
So I guess from my experience, the power plan is very good for for laptops specifically, and the OneDrive for users using OneDrive. But I think from my experience, the changing your type of hard drive to something they call SSD hard drives. That's a new technology. Am I correct by saying that?
Yes, a solid state hard drive, which, as it says, has no mechanical moving parts. It's based on flash memory, which is a very fast storage method that's used in USB flash drives. So upgrading to something like that can increase performance massively.
Nathan, doesn't SSD cost quite a lot?
SSD prices are very good at the moment. I personally bought a terabyte SSD on Amazon the other day. It was quite reasonably priced. RAM also is getting cheaper by the day. I'm not sure how they're doing that, but it's never been easier to upgrade to something like this. And it's about the most cost-effective method to speed up a PC.
Yeah, and from my experience, it's definitely the combination with the RAM and that type of hard drive is a very easy way, instead of just replacing the actual laptop or computer, go and upgrade the RAM, but I'll normally run for the hard drive first. and they are not so expensive anymore. No, it's quite cost effective these days. It used to be very expensive.
Yeah,
Okay.
as time goes on, it just gets better and better.
Thanks.
And another handy feature, speaking of hard drives, is the Windows 10 Storage Sense, which is a built-in software to manage your disk space for you. So going into the settings again quickly, under System and Storage, we can see here I have Smart Storage turned on, which will clear temporary files and deleted files on the internet you might not need that your browser saves automatically. It will come here and it will clean up these files periodically, let's say about every month. It's a very handy feature that you can customize just the way you like it. So I definitely recommend looking at this. If you have any issues with disk space or disk space running low, I can give you a full breakdown of what's happening on your computer.
Excellent. But you don't think it might be dangerous having that switched on and I might accidentally lose some of my files?
No, it's great because it tells you exactly what it is you're going to delete. So temporary files, it'll tell you, warning, these are files in your personal downloads folder. You might not want to do these. Other options, it thinks, well, you can do without these. These will be easy to re-download if needed, like Windows
like
updates.
If I've downloaded Skype, that installation file.
Yeah, so after you've downloaded, you have no need for that install file. You can come here. You can set it to remove the files only when you click to do so, or on a regular basis with the.
Thank you very much for that, Nathan.
Yeah, no, Isaac, I'm glad I could help. Things like these are always fun for me to figure out and see how I can improve my experience and those for our users. So yeah, if anyone has any questions.
Yeah, please post or ask anytime. You can also email us, and I think Casey has got a question.
I do. I have just one question. Thank you very much for the 10 tips. I really enjoyed this webinar. I just have one question. How often do you use these tips on a daily basis?
I can think about 4 of these tips I use every day, that being the task manager, the smart menu, the snip and sketch, and which was the last one? Yeah, the secret menu and the task manager. So any of the menus that can give me information on my fingertips, as well as the tiles, I'm a go-to for that.
Okay, fantastic. So it's definitely made your life easier.
100% yes.
And this is something you sort of educating our clients on also on a regular basis, try and show them how these features work. Because the more you can educate them, the better it's for themselves and their general experience.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for your time. Thank you everybody for joining. Until next week.
Yeah. Thanks, Isaac. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.